Greetings, you're looking at what I'm pleased to say is a heavy comic block. I've just moved this across the room to the unboxing area, and there's a decent bit of weight around this box this time, and I can say that because the comic blocks recently have been quite mixed quality. The feel of value hasn't quite been there, although they've been covering their cost price to the UK, but not a great deal more. So I'm hopeful when there's weight involved that there's more in the way of items. There is probably a list of items here which I've managed to completely avert my gaze from, so I haven't seen. So this is Comic Block, part of the Nerd Block family. A monthly box with comic items. I've just cut through the seal. It arrived very neatly again. Nice looking box. Arrived fairly swiftly in the UK. We're fairly early October. This is a September box. So let's see what's inside. We're going to start off with this t-shirt here, which clearly is the comic stylings. Nice black print. This is an official Marvel one, which is interesting. There have been some official Marvel ones in all the recent boxes. It's exclusive. And Luke Cage. It's not immediately a favourite design of mine, because it's not one of the characters that is top of my list. But am I right? Luke Cage has got a TV series, possibly Netflix or somewhere like that. I'm sure the answer will be in the information card somewhere, and certainly on the review at geeksubscriptionbox.com. But there's a t-shirt there. Let's move on to a book. So this is probably what's contributed to the weight. So it's The World According to Wolverine. I think I got another book in this same series a couple of months ago, and it may have pop-up and other interesting items inside. Let's see if it does, if I can get this cover to open. It opens up, and there's a fold-out poster by the look of it inside, or possibly one that just extracts. Packed with removable special features, so presumably that's removable. And when we get in here, then we just get a bit of cardboard, so that's the mystery there. Take out the cardboard and we can flick through. Cardboard is a good idea to protect it. It's The World According to Wolverine, and about 62 pages, plus a few. Introduction. I've got a sticker there to peel off about me. There, something about Wolverine's powers. More stickers or postcards. A little sort of ticket. These are fun things. I love getting fun things like these in boxes. They really add the value. A postcard. So, great little series. Been quite happy to see a few more of these. There's a little look inside The World According to Wolverine. All those interesting type of things. Definitely a good browsing type book. And it really fits the comic block theme. We've got a bit of paper here, which was possibly part of the book that came off. Well, it doesn't mean anything. Let's move on to Marvel something, 42 inches. Marvel printed shoelaces. I can just about see that in the corner. So, well, they're very different. Got, to me, it looks like there's probably three shoelaces, or three pairs of shoelaces. So there's I can see Captain America, but I think there's all kinds of different characters in the middle, and Spider-Man, I can just make out the bottom one, and actually it looks like a shield on the top one, so Captain America. That's probably the very hard thing to see on the resolution of this video. There, maybe it's a mixed one in the middle. Might tell us on the back? No. But made by Esquire Footwear, 5th Avenue, New York. One of those great shopping places of the world for the rich. There. But nice shoelaces. Now, if I wore shoes with laces very often, they'd be really useful, but it's certainly a good thing. And we're going to finish off, I think, with 3 comics, or possibly 4 comics, in which case is the record. And so the first one is going to be Supergirl #1 from the Rebirth there. I've been watching the Supergirl TV series. It's probably got no relation at all, but an interesting one there. See how the Rebirth series comes along. There have been a few of those recently. $2.99 cover price. Next, we have a Valiant comic. This is Britannia. That sounds really interesting. Britannia #1. Being a Brit, then anything called Britannia is going to be of interest. Let's pull this one from its cover. It's a thick comic, and interesting art. It's clearly got a bit of an adult audience, just glancing at some of those photos. But beyond that, I don't know much about this series, so I'll find out and have a read of it for the review at geeksubscriptionbox.com. And next, we've got a Titan. It's got a Nerd Block logo in the corner, so it's probably an exclusive cover. This is Vikings. Now, is that related to the Vikings TV series, or is it completely unrelated? I'm going to guess, being a Titan, they do a lot of TV tie-ins. It probably is related, but like I say, I've never watched the series, so I have no idea if there's a character in it. It's Cavan Scott. Name sounds familiar. It's one of those throwaway bags, unfortunately, but you can't have everything. And finally, it's Doom Patrol. It's a DC's Young Animal, which I think is one of their imprints. Doom Patrol #1. They're all #1s, which is probably just as well. Let's see. Let's have a look inside this one, because I know I didn't show you inside Supergirl, but I don't know anything about this particular series. Interesting style of art. I saw a big boom there. Try not to give too many spoilers for myself. I'm very good at sort of glancing at things and not taking them in. So there's a Doom Patrol. So it's 4 interesting comics, really. It's a good box compared to last time. And let's look what else we got. So, got your one-stop nerd shop launches October the 20th. So that's something to say is coming up. There's $10 credit there. It'll probably be like the Shirt Punch credit, where it's near impossible to spend it. There's another $10 credit for Shirt Punch. Enough said about that one. We've got an advert for next month. We're going to have Doctor Strange and mysticism, whether that's a theme or not for the first time, who knows. And 3 comics and 5 exclusives, probably including the comics. So that'll be an interesting month. But this is the September box, I said. So what does the card tell us for comic block number 17? The main item is these shoelaces. They're a very interesting little item. They're the first shoelaces I've had in a box. And you can see they've sort of packed the back page of the card to talk about all the items. So Doom Patrol #1, a reimagining of the Ultimate series of Strange. So I presume it's about Doctor Strange, is it? No, that would be particularly unlikely there. We've got Supergirl #1. Anyway, I'll put Doom Patrol to one side before I embarrass myself by commenting about Marvel characters in a DC comic. So we've got Supergirl #1 there. Presumably there's Professor Strange, isn't there, in the DC archives and lineups. We've got Supergirl in action. The challenge of being a superhero as an average American teenager and a high school student. Got the Shirt Punch credit, I don't count that. Britannia #1, the world's first detective, Antonis Axia, uncovering supernatural goings on. So possibly this is a historical comic. It says the world's first. The World According to Wolverine, great interesting book, really adds some value there. Vikings #1, continuing the adventures, so I presume that it's related to the TV series. And finally the exclusive Luke Cage t-shirt. So there you have it, that's comic block for September 2016, one of the slightly more bumbling of the unboxing videos, but there's such a lot of interesting stuff here. It will take me quite a while to research, read through these and put the review together. You can find the review at geeksubscriptionbox.com, along with plenty of previous reviews for Comic Block and various other Geek subscription boxes. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the other unboxing videos and all the materials at geeksubscriptionbox.com.